So yes guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Movement6 and it's a growing habit and I want to stick to it, and that is say welcome to all the new subs this week. And the channel is growing and much, but it's growing. I'm starting a YouTube channel and I really appreciate all your support, so thank you very much and welcome to the channel. As a tiny channel and as a starting channel, I wanted to cover as much as possible from the E3, but you know, with a job on the side, a family and all the other stuff I wanted to do, especially for you guys, it's pretty hard to divide your time, especially if you can't do a 24/7 YouTube focus, of course. So I've watched everything, and I thought I would pick out one that is a microcosmos for me. Well, to define the problems with events like this. And before we jump into it, let's talk about the upsides we've seen. We've seen Cyberpunk 2077 with Keanu Reeves, which looks freaking awesome. We've seen a new teaser for Gears of War 5, new Halo coming up. We've seen the Mega Saturn that will be released in September, which I'm hyped about all these retro consoles coming out. I'm a guy from the Commodore 64 age, so yeah, I know I'm freaking old, but okay. I've seen Nintendo blasting his way through the E3 with some fantastic exclusive titles, of course, which Nintendo is known for. Really good. I think they won the E3 already. We've seen Bethesda struggling again, as we've used to these guys struggling for the last months and periods. We did see some Doom Eternal gameplay, which looks freaking awesome, and if you, for example, go to Layman Gaming, you see them really covering what has always been good about Doom, even enhancing it. So I'm really looking forward to that. Getting that aside, let's jump in the Xbox E3 presentation. So what's wrong with these presentations? And let's jump immediately in the first one. And that is presentational skills. I'm not saying I am the man out there how to present, but for my work I need to present a lot for large groups. And one of the things you immediately learn is that if you're not comfortable in doing that, that it is a no-go to memorize everything you want to tell. Don't use auto cue. It's the most unnatural thing to do when you're presenting. It's just like reading something from a piece of paper. You need to show your passion, show that you're connected to what you're doing, and you can only do that when you do it on the fly. Just have a few words on a piece of paper on what you want to touch. The presentational skills are unnatural. They are memorized either without a cue involved, and there is no emotion in what I'm seeing telling these guys. They come on stage and they stand there like a robot, and then they just drill what they've learned. So guys, you can even call me. I'm willing to spend a few days with you guys in learning how to do it. And on the other side, you're part of Microsoft. I know Microsoft very well from business perspective, so come on guys. There needs to be some trainer out there that can help you with that. Work on that, please. Number 2, exclusive software. Frankly, I don't give a rat's ass on third-party developers on your platform. The reason is quite simple. The majority of the games you've shown can run on PlayStation 4, Xbox, and PC. What I want to see is what are you going to do to fix the loss you've had in the current generation. The reason why you lost is, dear Mr. Xbox, is a lack of new IP. Or maybe an IP that's not yours, but you take it on board as an exclusive. Spider-Man. You take that old IP, God of War, but you remodel it in something new. Uncharted. Horizon Zero Dawn. Do we need to continue? The Last of Us. Here we go. Where is your Last of Us? Where is your Uncharted? The only thing I can memorize from your exclusiveness is a 4v4 online hack and slash multiplayer with, to me, is more an update from Overwatch. Is that it? Is that your answer? Okay, we've seen a new Gears of War, but it was more a in-engine type of CGI, again a Michael Bay type of trailer. I'm not really hyped for that. Same goes for Cyberpunk, but that's another discussion. I'm hyped for the game, but I want to see more gameplay. We now know that a new Halo Infinite is coming out, but it's going to be attached to the new console. Is that your answer to the generation you've already lost? We want to see gameplay, we want to see new exclusive titles, new IP, not cross-platform, because that is the reason you've lost. So show us. Number 3. What I always like Xbox to show me, and even PlayStation to show me, okay, they were not on the E3, but you guys are, in essence, hardware builders. Strangest thing is, and that's reflecting to number 2, is that Microsoft is a software company and Sony is a hardware company. But what I want to see from you guys is to show us what the market developments are. What are you going to do about cloud gaming? Google Stadia, although we can talk for ages about the services and how much it costs and whether or not it's going to work, this is the new market trend. So what are you going to do, dear Mr. Xbox, to provide services, solutions, and how that's going to fit in your ecosystem? I've seen barely nothing about that. And that's what I want to see from a company like you. You are not only the platform that runs games, also from third-party developers. You're also a company that needs to bring new IP. Show us how you are going to cope with the new market development. I've seen nothing. I've seen absolutely nothing from that. And that is a lack, and that's a miss to me. That's a miss. Number 4, new hardware. It's fantastic that you gave us a glance in the kitchen, but 85, maybe 90, maybe even 95% of the people at home couldn't care less about the internal specs of a console. They don't. It's fine that you want to have a solid presentation, that you're going to throw tech nerdy things about the load screens. I can't remember, in this current generation at least, that I had a problem with the loading screens. For God's sake, even on the PlayStation 1. Can we all remember the load screens of Resident Evil 1, the original, with that door opening and closing? That took about 10 to 15 seconds for the new area to load. Did I have a problem with that? No. Did I have a problem with loading screens in PlayStation 2 or the Xbox One or the PlayStation 3? No. Did I had a issue with loading screens on my PS4 or my Xbox One? No. So why do you want to throw tech nerdy stuff at me? I understand what you're saying. Some of the people in the audience understand what you're saying. But the majority of the people at home that are not there, which compile about 85 to 95% of your consumer base, they don't care about how you are going to deliver the 8K, what kind of chips you got in there. What we want to see is, are you going to fix that horrible user interface, which also made a lot of people turn away from the Xbox? How are you going to fix the lack of exclusive IPs that I've mentioned in the second point? That is why people are going to buy that new console. We couldn't expect less than a 4 or maybe even 8K console. We will expect more and better graphics. And it's fantastic that you got ray tracing. PlayStation 5 or however that thing is going to be called will also have ray tracing. Does anybody at home give a rat's ass? Majority would say no. What are you going to provide us, the consumer? What are you going to provide us? What services? What solutions? What new exclusive titles? I've seen practically nothing. I've seen a Gears of War. Okay, we all saw that one coming. I like Gears. I will buy it, I think. But what are the other ones? Because up until now, my Xbox One is collecting dust. It is. I'm doing some Rainbow Six Siege, solo queuing, fantastic. Bought Rage because I could also buy it on the PlayStation, but I thought, well, okay, it's a good excuse to play another game on my Xbox. And playing Gears of War, obviously, but what else is there? And that is what we want to see. And that's about 20 minutes down that presentation, I already fell asleep almost. There's nothing new, nothing refreshing. It's the presentational skills, the lack of exclusiveness, the lack of strategic thinking, that dot on the horizon. This is where we want, as a company, want to go. We're going to take you as a consumer to that and that and that solution, that service. This is how we are going to provide you the new things in the market, like cloud gaming, new hardware. It's just the same old, same old. Look at how many specs we can pack in one box. I don't give a shit, in essence. I want to see what you're going to bring in terms of titles and how you're going to fix the horrible user interface, for that matter. But okay. So guys, I know it's a bit of a negative thing here, but let's be honest. We're watching these events over and over and over again. And I think it's up to us that we're going to keep these guys sharp, because they're going to ask us to maybe pay $400, $500, $600 on a piece of hardware, and we want to see more of that. I haven't seen anything that is making me enthusiastic about Xbox and the future. I am happy and very excited about Nintendo. I am very excited about a lot of other stuff. Ubisoft has teased another Outbreak type of Rainbow Six game. That's going to be awesome. I already know that we know Outbreak, we know Rainbow Six Siege, so we know what the gameplay is more or less going to bring. We're all excited about the story and how it works out and how the operators are going to fit in. But all in all, to me, Xbox stood out in a very negative atmosphere. So I hope this helps you, maybe even in your way of thinking about these events. I'm really keen on understanding what you guys think about this. Hit a like, hit a subscribe, follow me, support me, but most of all, leave a comment. I'm really keen on understanding what your take is on the E3 this year. What stood out for you on a positive note, but also on a negative note, and what you are really excited for. Tell me, guys. For now, this is Movement 6 out, and I'm really keen on checking back to you as soon as possible with new content.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.